Hello. It is Friday, early afternoon, and I have a number of planty things to take care of. Plants to tend to, not so much chores, it's plants that need my attention. If you saw my previous video, you saw that I recently did a major plant haul from different places. So some of those plants just need tending to before I can put them up in their quarantine spots, you know, before I bring them into the rest of my collection or the spot I would like them to be in. But then there's also another plant that I've kind of been avoiding, so I thought I'd take you along so that you can take a look at what my process is. I'll list everything that we're going to do. I wrote it down because I don't want to forget and I want to stay on task. Grab yourself a nice cup of coffee or whatever your drink of preference is, and let's get started. I'm Claudia, by the way. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, so what's on our to-do list? We are going to repot two plants, the Caletheia White Fusion and the Epiprenum Shringla. I'm not even sure I'm saying that correctly. We are going to transfer the two tiny Alocasia plugs from the Green Escape off of soil into fluval so that they can establish a stronger root system before I transfer to pon. And we are going to do the same thing with the two tiny variegated Alocasia Fridex from BWH. And finally, we are going to transfer the Watsoniana Alocasia dark form I got at the end of last year into water so that I can begin the transfer into pon. It's basically in soil now and it hasn't been happy. I've shared this a lot both on Instagram and on here that I just cannot get alocasias right in soil, and they just do so much better for me in pon. And so I just need to get it out of soil, and I've been a little bit unmotivated because it's not the Watsoniana I wanted. I wanted the white veins and this is the dark form, but I need to do it so that it can start thriving and growing and I can see what it looks like and then decide if it's something I want to keep or move on from. I think let's start with the alocasias. So I'll do the tiny plugs from the Green Escape, and then I'll do the Fridex, and then I'll do the Watsoniana dark form into water, and it'll basically be pretty straightforward. I'll show you what I'm doing, but I will also link a video of me explaining my whole process of like transitioning alocasias away from soil, so if you wanted to see a more thorough description on that. But I imagine this is hopefully gonna go pretty straightforward. I'm also expecting roots on all four of them, the two from the Green Escape and the variegated Fridex, to have really minimal roots. They're pretty small. So I expect them to live in fluval for quite several weeks before they establish a stronger root system and I can move them into pon. Okay, without further ado, let's get started with that. So that was easy peasy. I don't know why sometimes I just procrastinate so much on certain things that I need to do, but I'm so glad I can just mark those off the list. So let's repot the 2 plants. I'm not repotting all of them from BWH because I think I've already decided I'm not keeping the other calathea and the syngonium. The syngonium does look really beautiful, but I don't know that I love it enough to keep. I have already a lot of plants and I just don't know that I want to keep that. And the other calathea, well, it is beautiful also. I'm just not sure how much I love it and want to care for it either. So for now, I'm not gonna spend any resources, time, or energy into repotting them into a self-watering pot, which is what I would do if I was keeping them. I think I'll just let them stay where they are. And then if they grow on me, I'll tend to them further. But I have the perfect pot I've been waiting for the Shringla for, so I want to pot it into that. And obviously calathea needs to be moved to a self-watering pot because if I don't do that, I will underwater it very quickly. The BWH plants arrived yesterday, and what I did right when they first arrived is I filled a bin with water and insecticidal soap, and I just kind of soaked the foliage for maybe an hour just to clean the leaves, and especially the Shringla that you can't really get in the leaf. They're the little curly ones. I'll put some footage in the screen so you can see what I did. And then, you know, after that, I just kind of rinsed them, got them out. So that's where they are now. We'll go into the bathroom to rinse the foliage on the 2 that we're going to repot, and we'll get right into it. All done, and I feel so much better that those things are crossed off my list. I can close those tabs. I do have a video on like my whole new plant routine if you'd like to check that out. So even though I repotted the calathea and the epiprenum and they're technically good to go, I'm still gonna keep them isolated for 2 weeks, and I'll keep checking on them like once a week just to make sure that nothing pops up that we don't want. And I ended up getting that box for all the aloes and the corms because I have my little cabinet full with the Alocasia polycorms that I found, and I want to make sure I give them lots of humidity and that spot is really warm and bright, and obviously the box is going to hold in humidity. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hope you'll give me a thumbs up and hope you'll subscribe so you can be notified when I upload new ones. Thank you so much for spending this time with me doing some plant tasks. Please let me know if you have any questions. If you are interested in any of the things that I used, I will make sure to link them down below, and I'll see you soon.